The injury we had from the game, Jalen Moore left with a knee, didn't return. Go ahead.
What was your goal as far as number of times you wanted to run the ball today?
Our goal, we said 40, which I almost regretted. It's tough to do, but I'm glad I said it now. So they came through with it, and it was a huge team goal, and it worked out well enough that way that we could do it.
40 does seem like an absurd number.
Yes, it is.
Why did you pick 40?
Really just get our minds that way. I do say that sometimes, but I always say 30. But I said 40 today because 40 entails the whole team. And the defense has to play that way, the O has to play that way, the special teams have to play that way, and you have to do good on third down. You got to get turnovers, and you can't turn it back, so you steal some possessions that allows you to do it. And it was just really cool that the whole team played a way that you could dictate it that way.
Was that expressed to the defense, too, that in order for you guys to get 40 runs, they had to have a hand in this?
Oh, yeah, that was a team goal. I don't just say it to the offense.
Did you make 40 runs the goal because to play to your offense's strength or to attack the weakness in the Rams?
Both. Yeah. And just, we know how good their offense is. And, it's the way you got to do it. And their defense is very good, too. So that's the best way to avoid negative plays. And they make it tough to do it. The way their offense scores, how they can get you to third down. But some of the players out there, like Aaron and Ramsey and the guys that they've added and Floyd, it's a lot of bad stuff happens when you got to throw it too much.
Well, this is your fifth straight win over the Rams, and a lot of them look sort of like this. Is there just a confidence level that either you or your team feels against the Rams?
Each game's different. They all have played out similarly though. We had a good week. Our guys seemed confident throughout the week. I know the Rams are a real good team, but we were ready to play them today, and we're excited to.
Do you think the team sort of took last week personally, and maybe all the discussion? I know you guys don't listen to the noise, but did they take it personally? Was that an emotional performance for them?
I think so. I think we've taken a lot this year personally, so I wouldn't just say taking something personally is what leads to that, but we were very embarrassed about last week in every aspect, and which we have been at a few things this year. I don't know if that's what leads to that, but we definitely played our best game all around.
You brought out Jeff Wilson Jr. a few times, especially in that first drive, and then Ocean Depot into the backfield. Why do you think that was so effective?
It just allowed us to do some of the same stuff different ways. When you got guys who are really physical guys who also have some skill sets with the ball, allows you to run a bunch of stuff while making it look like you're doing different stuff.
Ward was a little overdue for an interception, so what did that start do for you guys as a whole?
That was huge. That's what we knew going into that game. We wanted to make it as physical of a game as possible, and we felt if we did that, it would come down to the turnover battle. And them coming up with 2 was huge, and us being able to protect it, I think, was the difference in the game.
Message to the players in the locker room afterward.
Just told them how proud of them I was, and so we got a short week. I think we got a real good team ahead of us, and that's how we expect to play. And it's been long overdue, and we got to make sure that we take a day off, those guys rest, come back healthy on the short week, and make sure we keep it going forward.
How much of a relief was it to finally get a home win? You guys hadn't had a home win since like October of 2020 when you last beat the Rams.
That's been frustrating. We haven't won at home yet this year. Last time we did win at home was versus the Rams. We had one game after that versus the Packers. Then we spent our homes in Arizona. But just going to this year was very frustrating, especially, the crowds that we've had, the way our fans have been. They were awesome today, just like they were awesome last week. But I'm glad we gave them something to be proud of today.
On the rushing attempts, Kyle, did you have a sense it might be kind of a slog, that, getting to 40 might be a function of just getting, 3-4 yards at a time? And also, how maybe hard is it for you to stick with that when you're not popping big ones?
It's very tough. But when the defense is playing that way and when we're doing well on third down, it makes it a lot easier. You can try for that to be your plan, but if we don't convert those third downs, no one will ever see that. And then eventually you get behind and you got to abandon that. I don't say we don't always make the goal to have over 40 runs, but we do always make the goal to try to be balanced. But a lot of stuff goes into that, and you got to be good on third down. You got to be good on the other side, and you got to have 11 guys really getting after it, trying to run the ball well.
Jimmy was 7 of 9 couple touchdowns on third or fourth down tonight. Just what was your assessment of how he played, particularly on those?
I thought he made some big-time plays, especially there at the end. You know, that 4th and 5. I didn't get to see it all, but the protection on it. I mean, I didn't get to see all 11 guys, but I saw Debo. I saw Jimmy throw a great ball to him. I got to assume that the protection was really good. I think our right side had all one-on-ones and were able to hang in there and make a big play, which gave us a little comfortable lead there at that time.
You had primarily been using Elijah. The fact that Jeff Wilson was back, obviously you have confidence in him. Did that help you, I guess, A, establish that pregame goal of 40, make it realistic, just that you could have a little more diversified running game?
I mean, it would have been our same goal if Jeff wasn't up there, you know, and, you know, then it would have been Trey Sermon getting the carries. Jeff being out there, I mean, got a lot of confidence in Jeff. He's done some really good things here. I know he's still trying to get back into complete football shape and healthy, but he ran the ball very well when he played halfback, and he got a lot of snaps basically at fullback today in our 11 personnel when Debo was running the ball and did a real good job at it.
What did that first drive mean to you? 18 plays, I think 12 runs in it. So if you're going for 40 carries, 12 to start is a pretty good thing. What did that mean to you? Was it while you're going through, while you're calling these plays, are you feeling in a rhythm where you feel like this is exactly what we need?
Yes. I mean, you know, when you say the goal of the 40, and I almost backtracked it a little bit because that's somewhat unrealistic. But then when we had that many on the first drive, I was like, all right, we got a chance. Let's keep doing this, and we'll see how the other side goes. And the other side did very well, especially when they got the turnovers. But everybody seemed amped up and ready to go. And when you have that long drive, I don't know how many third downs we had on it, but converting those allowed us to just stay with it.
Debo Samuel in college was really good after the catch and good with the ball in his hands. But when he got here, when did you make the decision, like, okay, we can give him running back plays?
Just getting to know him and practicing with the guys. I mean, you got an idea when you draft people, but we didn't know how good he was at that stuff. That was stuff we saw with Hurd. You know, that was one reason to take him. You know, just with his running back experience, being able to see it all. Debo, you didn't totally know, but you got to see him run screens and how physical he was, and it was how he finished screens that we liked so much. I mean, he really brought it to people when there was nowhere to go, and just having him, you see what he's good at, and you try to put players in position to help them.
Your game balls tonight.
What's that?
What about your game balls tonight?
Nobody. We didn't give any game balls out. I would have gave one to everybody if we did, but you know, we need to start to expect some more games like that, and we got to make sure that we're going to be better or worse next week, and we got to make sure we're better.
Through some of these losses, have you gone back through your own stuff and quality check, or like maybe I got to try new things, maybe I don't? Have you gone through that?
Oh yeah, you do that every week, but it's not. I think it's just different how you guys would look into it. It's not like, hey, we did this week, what should we try next week? It has to do with the players you have available. It has to do with the people you're going against, what gives your guys the best way to defend people, to block people, just from a personnel standpoint, and then from a structure standpoint of how people run schemes. So there's usually a different plan each week. But yeah, we look in all of our stuff as much as you can, and you know, we knew this formula was the way we thought it gave us the best chance to win, and that doesn't always mean you can do it. So I give hats off to our players, the position coaches, and everyone working them out through the week, because guys were very detailed in what we did, and we still made mistakes. I mean, some of those penalties we had there in the fourth with a couple false starts. I think we snapped the ball early on one. I think we jumped on defense with encroachment, I think on 2nd and goal from the 17. So there's still some mistakes and stuff like there usually is, but we did the things to overcome them today.
You had 42 rushes in that NFC Championship game against the Packers a couple years ago. Do you ever remember, you know, going into a game with that ambitious a number 40? Can you recall that from any other games?
What games that we've done it?
Yeah, I mean, is this, you know, a first, or have there been others?
No, I think we've ran it over 40 a few times here. Probably say, like, I would just guess like 6 times. I would guess in my career 15. You guys can look all that up, or someone can give it to you, but that would just be my guess. Usually that's when you get a lead on people, though, and the game's over in the third quarter, and you're just trying to finish it out on the fourth is how most of those have gone. But, you know, with that offense and the skill power that they have, you don't feel it's over until right towards the end.
Last one.
The defense and the running game and efficient play from Garoppolo, I mean, that's a 2019 formula. Did it feel like a 2019 game?
I mean, I know what you're talking about, and so I mean, I don't like to keep going back to that year, but obviously that was our best team that year, and I know why that was our best year. You know, we played I think we were the best defense in the league that year, and I think we were the second best running team in the league that year. And when you have those two things, it makes the game a lot easier for all your players, which allows you to be a lot more efficient in the pass game and stuff like that. And that's always the goal. That's how you want to build it. But it doesn't always work out that way. And when it isn't that way, you got to be able to find other ways to win.
Appreciate it, guys.
All right. Thanks, guys.